Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tuzana, MetabolicMasterpiece.com. Today, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to a recent session that I had with MAT specialist Mitch Moore. MAT stands for Muscle Activation Techniques. I've been going to see Mitch for the past 4 weeks, and I gotta say, MAT has been an incredibly eye-opening experience for me. It's actually been blowing my mind. I'm just really excited to share this experience with you. Now, I initially approached Mitch because I've been having a really difficult time activating my pecs during chest exercises. This is something that's come up in previous videos of mine where I've been really trying a few different things to help enhance that mind-muscle connection with my pecs. But once Mitch got me on the table and did his initial assessment on me, we realized that the best place for him to start working on me has been a problem area of mine, a nagging issue of mine for well over 2 decades now, and that is tightness in my right hip. This has been something that's come up in previous videos as well. You see me doing a lot of self-massaging using a lacrosse ball and a rumble roller to help relieve some of that tightness and tension in that area. And it does provide me with some instant relief, but that relief is temporary. If I don't continuously do that self-massage, the tightness comes right back. So what I've learned through MAT is that all this time I've basically been treating a symptom. Tightness is a symptom of a weakness in another muscle somewhere else in your body. So Mitch identified several different weaknesses of mine, number one being the tensor fasciae lata, the TFL here. A weakness it's a sign that there's a lack of communication between the muscle and the brain, or an interrupted communication there. So with the muscle activation techniques, it stretches that muscle spindle, and that's one of the things, I think it's just one of the things, still learning a lot about this, but it's one of those things that enhances that communication between the brain and your muscle. Once that signal is functioning to the best of your ability, your muscle can contract to the best of its ability. And one of the eye-opening experiences for me was first identifying that weakness. When we identified that weakness, it caught me right off guard. So one of the things that he's having me do here in the video is pushing my leg out, kind of up and outwards, and he's applying a pressure against it. So I'm trying to resist that pressure. When he's doing that, my tensor fasciae lata is supposed to be doing all the work. It's supposed to be activating, contracting. What ended up happening to me is that my rectus femoris started cramping up big time. Interesting enough, it's the exact same area that I always used to pull and injure while I was running high school track. I'd injure it during hockey. I injure it every once in a while when I'm doing explosive jumping movement, when I'm shooting hoops with my kids. The reason for this, like the weakness in the tensor fasciae lata, when it's not doing its work, the rectus femoris was doing more work than it should be doing. And when it's doing more work, it's leading to potential for injury, and it's obviously cramping up there for me. So what's been really interesting for me is seeing my feet. I naturally, for as long as I can remember, my toes are always pointing out. Part of that has probably got to do with that tightness in my hips. So even right after that first session, when I'm getting all the muscles, identifying the weaknesses, I've got weak adductors here, and I have weakness in the hamstring muscles, among several others. Mitch has identified that my psoas was weak, transverse abdominals. It's just been amazing for him to find the weaknesses, and right away, some of the little things he's doing to test me out, some of the muscle activation techniques, where he's identifying the weakness, like right away I'm thinking, oh my God, that's an area that I've had some discomfort in the past. So he is finding these weaknesses right away and treating them. So instead of treating the muscle tightness, we're treating the weakness, getting those muscles to function to the best of their ability. And it's unbelievable how that has been improving my performance in and out of the gym. So again, my toes, I'm always so used to that one toe going out. In track and field, people running behind me are always saying, Scott, your toes always pointing out, you're kicking out to the side. Now my toes are pretty much all the time pointing forward. When I'm walking, it just feels so much more natural. But the best thing is my performance in the gym. Squatting, same thing. In order for me to squat comfortably, that toe is always out. And it's just not natural. It's just not normal. And a lot of times it's probably what was leading to a lot of the knots that I was getting, or tightness I was getting in my glutes and my hips. So now that I'm pointing the way I should be, my squats feel so much better. The big thing that I've noticed recently is like reverse lunges, one of my favorite exercises. I'd always get really tight in the glute. I'd find that I'm really kind of leaning to that side, putting a lot of pressure on that right hip, that right glute, and I get really a lot of tightness in that area. After a couple of the treatments, MAT, it's feeling so much better now. I'm not feeling that tightness in the glute anymore. It feels a lot more natural. My balance feels a little bit better there. I'm just functioning to the best of my abilities. Ab exercises now, I'm feeling a lot more natural core engagement. I was really getting tightness and discomfort all along the right side there. Part of it had to do with the transverse abdominals, part of it with the psoas muscle. But we've identified weaknesses and we're correcting those weaknesses. It's just been an incredibly eye-opening experience. I can't wait to get to my pecs and shoulders and upper back area to get the rest of my body functioning to the best of my abilities. But it's really what MAT is all about, is just finding those weaknesses, improving the communication between your muscle and your brain, getting those muscles to contract the best of their abilities and just get you performing the best in and out of the gym. So I highly recommend that you go visit muscleactivation.com, find a specialist in your area. If you're in my area, Windsor, Ontario, Mitch Moore is the only specialist in our area. I know there's some areas, I got some friends out in the Washington area, and they're struggling to find a specialist in their area. So hopefully we get more and more MAT specialists out there, because I'm just, after 4 sessions, I've never been so excited about something. I love massage. I just recently had the fascial stretch therapy, which I thought was pretty cool too. But this muscle activation technique, man, I've never been so excited about something in my life. Really excited just to how I feel in the gym and outside of the gym right now. It's something cool. It's something I still don't understand all that much, but I'm incredibly fascinated by. I'm rambling on and on here. All I gotta say is give it a try. Find a MAT specialist in your area. Go for a session and see if they can identify what weaknesses they identify. It's probably going to surprise you. I've been surprised by some of the weaknesses that I have, but some of them I knew were there, and it's just great to have them corrected and to now be performing to the best of my ability. I'm loving it. Hope you love it too. Catch you soon.